This is going to be the ultimate guide on how to properly research altcoins. I've got a lot of questions from people asking me how I always find these undervalued gems and always in the last cycles pick these gems which are giving me the best returns. So in this video, I will be exactly guiding you through the ultimate checklist, going through some really good examples and telling you exactly what to look out for. So if you are at all invested in crypto for this cycle, for this upcoming bull market, and you want to be investing in altcoins, this is going to be the right video, because after watching this video you know exactly if your altcoin investment will be a good investment or not so good investment in my personal opinion. And first of all, you want to be checking the narrative of your altcoin, and this is probably going to be the most important thing. This checklist is actually ranked from most important until least important in my personal opinion, and definitely the narrative is going to be the most important thing to have a look in towards. Now, you want to be invested in an altcoin in the right narrative, because the most amount of money will be flowing in these narratives. Layer 1 altcoins, layer 2 altcoins, AI altcoins, deep in altcoins, BRC20 or like the Bitcoin network altcoins, meme coins, and also gaming altcoins. And these are going to be my top picks for this cycle. Definitely make sure that your investment is actually inside of these narratives. I think that these narratives are going to be performing the best. Now, if you want to be investing outside of this narrative, definitely all of these other things need to be checked off in my opinion. Definitely do be careful. Of course, you can be making some very good investments outside of these narratives, but if you are going to be investing outside of these narratives, definitely be sure to be doing more research. And by the way, nothing in this video is financial advice, but for beginners, I should actually stay away from not investing in these narratives. I should definitely invest in these narratives if you are going to be a beginner. So with the first thing actually checked off, let's have a look into what's the second thing, and this is going to be the tokenomics, because one prime example we can be having a look into towards is GRT, the graph, and for this altcoin, definitely at the first sight, it is looking very good. It is sitting in an AI narrative, so already this one is checked off, but if we are going to be having a look into what's the tokenomics, it is absolutely awful. And how can we very quickly and easily checking this? Well, just go ahead on towards the max chart, have a look into towards all of the history, and then if we compare the price chart towards the market cap chart, you can actually be seeing a huge difference. As you can be seeing on the price chart, well, the current price is sitting 7.5 times lower than the current price. As you can be seeing on the price chart, well, this all-time high is sitting 7.5 times lower than the current price of the graph. And if we are going to be having a look into what's the market cap chart, well, for this one, it is actually quite different, because this all-time high was sitting at a 5.3 billion US dollar valuation, but the current market cap is 3 billion US dollars. So let's give it the benefit of the doubt and say that the market cap is only half of the previous all-time high, but the price chart is literally 7.5 times lower. So yes, that is suggesting that a lot of inflation has been ongoing, and because of that, I actually do not want to be investing in a coin like this. Now, how to easily check this yourself if a lot of inflation is ongoing? Well, just go to the website cryptorank.io, search your coin in the top right corner, for this one, for example, GRT for the graph, then go to the vesting section, scroll down a little bit, and I always like to have a look into this chart view. And like you can be seeing over here, yes, a lot of inflation has been ongoing. Now, all of this inflation has already been hitting the market, so no inflation will be going on anymore. But in my opinion, the previous inflation for this altcoin is definitely not making me want to invest in an altcoin like this. Now, how to know if the tokenomics are actually good? Well, for one example, it's going to be the coin Ondo. And in my opinion, this is actually looking very good, because like you can be seeing over here, there are no unlocks actually planned in that imminent short term, just until about January 2025, and then the first unlock will be incoming, but probably at around that time, well, we are already going to be nearing that bear market, or that at least that bull market top. So yes, for the coming few months, well, no unlocks will be happening for the coin Ondo, and that is definitely looking very good. You want this inflation to be as low as possible, and whenever you are seeing a very high inflation coming anytime soon, well, that is definitely a sign that you should be getting a little bit more worried. Also, you want to be actually seeing the fully diluted valuation being very close towards the actual market cap. Now, in this case, this is not really the case, but like you can be seeing over here, well, these unlocks are stretched very, very far until all the way till 2029. But for a good altcoin, you actually want to be having a look into what's this. Have a look at where these unlocks are going to be happening, and also have a look into what's the fully diluted valuation compared to the market cap. You want these numbers to be as close as possible. So yeah, maybe Ondo would actually not be the best example in this case, but for example, a coin like Beam, it is already definitely looking a lot better. So the tokenomics part are probably going to be one of the hardest part to actually have a look into what's if an altcoin is good or not, but simply just have a look at how much inflation is ongoing. Is the inflation relatively low? Well, then it is going to be a good coin to invest in. Now, the third point is going to be very easy and also extremely important to have a look into what's, and I always take this very highly into consideration, and that is going to be, is the altcoin a shiny coin? And what I mean by this is it a newly launched coin from of this cycle, because to be honest, I do not want to be investing in a coin like XRP anymore. It has been having many cycles already behind itself, and to be honest, because of that, I do not think that it is going to be performing that good anymore. It has already been going through many cycles, and what you always see in every single cycle is that people are looking for that new shiny coin to actually invest their money in. Like you can be seeing in this screenshot, well, very often the top 20 changes very significantly from cycle to cycle. We actually always see new distribution inside of these top 20 altcoins, and definitely for this cycle once again, I expect that once again the same thing is going to be happening, and new shiny coins are going to be entering the top 20 altcoins. So for example, coins like Pepe I think are going to be performing better than coins for example like Dogecoin, because purely it is a new shiny coin. Pepe is a new shiny coin compared to Dogecoin. Dogecoin is the old coin and Pepe is a new coin, and that is why I think that Pepe is going to be outperforming Dogecoin, because it is that shiny coin, and that is where new investors are actually having a look towards. Also, on top of that, if it is going to be a new shiny coin, well, usually the tokenomics are always also better because less inflation has been going on. So that is going to be the third point. Now, having a look into what's the fourth point, it is going to be centralized exchange listings, and this is going to be very important because if an altcoin is going to be listed on multiple exchanges, it is actually going to be easier for investors to invest in an altcoin. So literally, the more exchange listings an altcoin has, well, the more buying pressure can easily come in towards the altcoin. So that is why it is going to be so important. On top of that, also all of these exchanges usually are doing their due diligence if they want to be listing an altcoin. So yes, if an altcoin is going to be listed on multiple major exchanges, well, then it gives a signal that these exchanges have already done their due diligence on the altcoin and that they actually think it is going to be a good altcoin. That is why they have listed the altcoin, or the team has paid their way in towards the exchanges, and in that case, well, the team is actually showing that they are committed towards their project. They are actually ready to invest in their project, so more buying pressure can be coming in, and for investors, it is going to be easier to be investing in their altcoin. So that is going to be the reason why it is going to be extremely important to see how many exchange listings an altcoin actually has. The more exchange listings, the better. Now, fifth of all, this one goes without explaining in my opinion, have a look into what's the theme of the altcoin. Because if the team has proper knowledge and actually good experience in the space and actually has a track record of big projects from the past, well, most likely this project they are building right now is most likely going to succeed as well. So definitely have a look into what's the team, have a look into what's the past working experience, just load up their LinkedIn page. And also very important for this one, well, if their team is not doxed, well, you should already be kind of careful with where you are investing in, right? But if they are building a legitimate project, we'll definitely have a look into what's their team. And if their team is not published, we'll double check each and every single point if it is actually looking good. If their team is not published, I usually try to stay away from it. Now, actually, sixth of all, have a look into what's the white paper. And yes, this one is actually going to be pretty low because in my opinion, momentum, hype, the narrative, the new shiny coin object, these are going to be the most important things, even centralized exchange listings, and then actually have a look into what they are actually building. Because if they are already in the right narrative, well, honestly, what they are building does not really matter. It is crypto. Of course, it does matter to a certain degree, but it doesn't matter as much for price performance. But yeah, for this one, have a look into their roadmap, have a look at what they are actually building, and also very importantly, compare with what they are building compared with other big projects in their niche for very similar projects, and also have a look into what this project you're trying to invest in is actually doing different than the leader in the market. Carefully scan through the white paper, in my opinion. That is going to be pretty important, but in my opinion, what might be more important is going to be the momentum, and this is going to be coming in at the 7th point. Have a look into what's the chart. What is the chart telling you? And also have a look into what's momentum, because a coin like this, Pepe, or a coin like this, Render, well, these are clearly showing a lot of momentum, and in crypto, you should always bet on the winning horses. Whenever a crypto is doing good in the beginning of a cycle or already during this cycle, well, most likely it will continue to do well during the entire course of the cycle. Having a look into what's coins like XRP, well, they are just lagging behind so much, and in my opinion, I do not think it is going to be giving you such a great multiple. Like, maybe it can be 2xing from of this point, but because it is not doing anything at the beginning of this cycle, I do not think that it is going to be doing anything else. Definitely have a look into what's the momentum of your altcoin you're trying to invest in. This is a big mistake I used to make when I entered crypto at the first time. I tried to be buying these altcoins which were sleeping, to be waiting until it finally pumps, but honestly, from my experience, usually it doesn't really pump, and you should actually just buy into the altcoins that are showing the major strength. Like I said, bet on the winning horses. Now, lastly is going to be coming in community, and in my opinion, this is also going to be pretty important. For example, whenever I tweet about Render, each and every single time, it goes extremely viral. And also, for Render, you're having a lot of fan page accounts, a lot of community accounts, and this is just showcasing me that yes, Render has actually a huge community. That is why I think Render will keep to be performing very great in this cycle, especially for meme coins. Definitely do some deep research in their community. Is their community actually active? Is their community actually tied towards the project? Is their community actually shilling the token relentlessly? Well, these are all going to be important things to have a look in towards. Anyways, this is going to be my checklist for all of the altcoins I am going to be investing in. Let me know if I should be creating a top 10 altcoin video, because then I will be sharing all of my top 10 picks with all of these checks actually checked. But with that being said, make sure to be following me over on Twitter, and guys, I'll see you in another video later.